Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time, but I just wanted to say I'm not trying to be insensitive. I know that we're all in quarantine right now and the world is a mess right now, but this is just a form of escape for you guys. If you'd like to see this full coverage makeup look, please feel free to watch. Today I decided to do a full coverage look. I normally do very natural looks, but today I wanted to do something different. I wanted to switch it up. So I'm wearing this new foundation. It's called the YSL Touché Eclat Radiance Awakening Foundation. It actually has SPF 22 radiant finish, but I want to warn you guys, it's kind of more towards like the matte side. It's not like extremely matte and it's not extremely dewy. It's in the middle. This is just one layer. I put on a little bit extra on my cheeks because it's always red, but I think it does a pretty good job covering. I think it's my most full coverage foundation I have, but I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so I've done my base, I have done my eyebrows, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of concealer on. How do I look? Okay, so always want to bring your concealer to the inner corner of your eye because that is where we get the most darkness, and it can also hide all the tiredness and dullness from us. So you just bring that up, and then I always like to take my concealer and just use it on the top of my eyelids, because then it'll kind of serve as a primer as well. And then I just blend it with my with the warmth of my fingers. Okay, so when I'm done with that, I'm gonna use my Hourglass Dim Light. It's just a finishing powder, and I'm not gonna put on too much because this foundation is kind of not that dewy. So I'm just going to put it on my T-zone and basically just the areas that I get oily throughout the day, which is just the sides of my nose and a little bit in the middle of my forehead, but that's pretty much it. And of course, I forgot, I'm going to put on some bronzer. So I'm using my Hoola Quickie contour stick, which I've been really loving lately. So I'm gonna use this as a contour and a bronzer. So I'm just gonna start since I have a heart-shaped face. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Stila double-ended brush. I can link it down below if it's still available. I don't know if it was a limited edition thing, but I'm just going to blend this really quickly. I love this because it blends so easily, it doesn't dry up. Now I'm gonna just put on some bronzer. I actually love the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it adds like a really nice glow to your skin. I'm just gonna put some on. And I've started kind of like pressing onto the skin because I have a tendency to brush this and rub my skin and just kind of remove all the foundation and bronzer that I just put on, and I don't want to do that. And then if I feel like if I've gone too much, I can just go ahead and clean it up with a clean foundation brush or any type of brush you have. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put on a little bit of Nars Orgasm. I don't want to put on too much, but Just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do like a smoky warm look. So I'm using the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. And I'm gonna start out by putting on Gingerbread Latte, but you can basically use any color that's like a neutral brown and that it's not too warm and not too cool tone. So I'm just going to run this along my eyelid. Okay, then I'm going to use this color Gingerbread right here. I feel like it's kind of a little orangey, so I don't want to put on too much, but I just want to first swatch it. It's not too bad. It's like a burnt terracotta color. So I'm just going to put this on the edge of my eyelids. And I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a halo today because I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm going to put some in the inner corner of my eye as well. And I'm going to leave the middle part blank for right now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to put on spiced rum. I don't know if this is a good idea. This will either make it or break it. It's not very pigmented. Ooh. It's not bad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this Bake It Till You Make It color because it's a little less darker. So I'm gonna use my fingers. That actually shows more. Okay, so when I'm done with that, I've kind of blended it all out. It was nothing too complicated, pretty simple. I'm gonna take a black eyeliner pencil. This is a Ciate London one. I like it because there's a little smudger on this side and on the other side is the pencil, but you can use any pencil from the drugstore anywhere. So I'm just going to roughly draw a line and then I'm going to smoke it out. So and you don't need to worry about it being so precise because we're going to smudge it out. And then now I'm just going to take the other side of the pencil and then I'm going to roughly smudge it around. Okay, so now I tightlined my eyes and now I'm going to just use the Tarte Sexy Kitten. I think it's just like an eyeliner, but it's like a crayon type. I'm going to do it off camera because I do not want to gross you guys out. Finished doing it. I'm not a huge fan of this Tarte liner. It didn't really come out that dark. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my eyelashes. I always count till 10 Mississippi. Maybe that'll help you guys. I cannot find any of my mascaras, so I'm gonna wear the Lancôme Hypnose Drama Mascara. I really like this mascara, but the problem is it's a little clumpy. And I don't know if it's just the one that I picked up, because normally I always used to get the full size of this and I used to love it. But I don't know. This mini one is not having the same effects. Okay, so I'm done with that. So lip is always the hardest for me to choose, especially when I'm doing like a smoky look, because you know I love having bold colors, but I probably shouldn't do that today. So I'm gonna use my Maybelline Rose lip liner. This one is, I'm pretty sure they don't sell it in stores, but I will link it down below. I'm gonna try to color it in a little bit as well. I think I'm gonna put on a little bit of butter gloss. This is Trace Leche's NYX Intense Butter Gloss. And I'm just gonna try to keep it in the middle of my lips and not all over, because I don't want to look like a Bratz Barbie doll. And then I just use my ring finger and then dab it. I'm such a ratchet YouTuber. I need to figure out a setup and not and actually use mirrors. But I think you need to dab it a little extra because it's not as pigmented as I thought it would be. Just gonna put that on the high points of my face. Okay, so this last step is a little optional. I just wanted to kind of define the side of my eyes a little bit more with black, and I'm not gonna smoke it out, but the gingerbread palette actually doesn't have black, so I'm gonna just take any other black is fine. And I'm just kind of gonna roughly wing it, but then like pack it on to the sides of the eyeliner so it can be a little bit deeper. And then what I do is I just kind of roughly smudge it out a little bit and take it a little higher, and that's it. I'm not gonna do anything else. And there is my finished look. How did I do, guys? So I think the YSL foundation is pretty good. I think this is a pretty simple smoky eye that you can use for anything. It's not too intense, but I think this look can work on all sorts of skin tones. It's pretty simple. You could always change up the lip color if you wanted, but I think it worked pretty well. So this is my look, my quarantine full glam look. If you guys have any other ideas or suggestions, please feel free to let me know on Instagram through the DMs or on the comment page. Okay, so there you have it. I will link all the products down below. I will see you guys in my next one. Till then, stay safe.